If you guys ever had the hankering to see the world's largest open-face granite quarry, well, if you have, well, today's your lucky day, because that's where we're going. Those were the first words I spoke this morning. If you guys have been watching our videos lately, you know that we've been on this 6-month-long camping trip adventure that we've deemed the family circle trip. And we're trying to document our stops or our campgrounds chronologically. Well, DJI threw another monkey wrench into it because they just came out with a 1.17.0 Fly App update. Obviously because they released the Mavic 4 Pro, which we can't afford. Ain't gonna buy that. But I still need to present you guys, or I need to test the Fly App update to make sure that it's gonna work for the DJI Mini 2 and it's gonna work for the Mini 4 Pro. Now, again, we are, as always, late to the party. I know that a lot of guys have already done the update video for the Mini 4 Pro and all those other drones that they fly. But, dude, we've been busy. I don't want to give away the location of where we're at, but there's only one world's largest open-faced granite quarry in the world. So, since I said that, all you got to do is do a quick Google search. You're going to figure out where I'm at pretty quick. All I can say is that we have another video coming out in this general vicinity in the next probably 3 or 4 weeks. So hopefully by then you've forgotten about this video altogether. Now, the day that I'm recording this video is Monday, May 19th. And my biggest concern is that DJI is going to come out with another Fly App update before I can get this video posted next Sunday. That's been known to happen. Well, this gigantic water tower might give away where we're at.
Your destination is on the right.
There we go, guys. We've arrived. She just told me so. I'm going to park up here and get you a good vantage point of this quarry from the front dash camera. Look at that. Tell me that's not an amazing sight. Now, we're not going to be able to go all the way across it with the drone because we're only going 1,500 feet. And I think from this point forward, it's like well over a quarter mile. Sorry, I got limitations. I am going to back up, though, in this parking lot so I can kind of be not necessarily in the shade, but I can be out of the way of anybody that wants to come here and view everything. Actually, this looks like a perfect spot to park. There we go. Yeah, we're in the shade here. This is like a perfect view. Wow. Guys, this is a crazy sight. It's humongous. I'm assuming these are samples of what comes out of there. Wonder if we can keep these. He's either delivering or picking up. I would say picking up. Hey, Dad, how would you like to have that rock in the front yard? Anytime my dad would drive by a big rock, he would say, man, that rock would look good in the front yard. See, I was right. He's loading up. I think I like this one. It looks like Mount Vesuvius. Does that place really exist? Oh, there's that front end loader that's going to load up that truck. Okay, we'll pick this one for our neighbor, and we'll pick Mount Vesuvius for us. Okay, enough of being a tourist. Let's get on with the drone stuff. All right, first things first. All right, Dwight, there's your home. Yeah, I know, that was weird. Let me get Dwight out of his box here. Now, doing these updates yesterday, I gotta get a battery. Doing these updates yesterday was kind of difficult. I mean, there we go. I had to delete a bunch of information, or a bunch of files, I guess, on my controller in order to get the update to download, because it was huge. I didn't really like that very much. Well, I had everything backed up, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Oh, antennas, look, I remembered. It wasn't that big of a deal, but it took me forever to figure out where the files were to delete them. They were under music and audio or something. It was really weird. It was video files saved under music and audio. I don't understand why they were there. Maybe that was fixed on this update. Probably not. Well, before we get started, look at this air data information over there. It's pretty spectacular. I don't think you can get much better than that. But even better, we're not in any type of controlled airspace, so we're good to go. There are no active advisories. Well, getting back to the Fly App update 1.17.0, I was able to upload it on my phone for rows really quick. Like, it happened fast. It was within probably 15 seconds and it was uploaded. For the RC2 controller, it took me almost 30 minutes to get everything uploaded. And then I had to change batteries in Dwight because it said that my battery was too low to continue. Now, we are going to fly both drones today, the Mini 4 Pro and the Mini 2. We're going to start out with Dwight. We're going to send him out and let him scope the area out first. But we're going to do just a few simple tests. We're going to do a 1,500-foot distance test to make sure the signal's still good. We're going to do our quick shot. We're going to do our return to home. We're going to just do the normal stuff, but we're going to do it times 2. Well, fingers crossed this video is nowhere close to the length of last week's video. You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, let me get Dwight started up here. Get all of his crap out of my way. We'll start, or what do? We start the controller first. See, I'm confused because all of these drones are different. So I'm gonna start the controller, and we'll start Dwight, and he'll start shaking his head to tell us that he's awake. There you go, he said hi. And I'm gonna get him out on the back of the truck so he can get his satellites. Screen recording's going. Pretty sure the home point's been updated, but she didn't tell me that. All right, Dwight, well, I think you're really gonna have fun flying over this quarry. Just be careful. See, man, there's other spectators here besides me. I see a red truck, and that guy pulled up over there and went sideways. I'm not the only tourist here. Okie dokie. So let me hit the 3 dots up here and show you what we're using. I've already checked all the specs and everything. Everything is the same. Nothing's changed as far as the, whatever it's called, the screen. I'm gonna go over to the About tab. We're using Dwight, our DJI Mini 4 Pro, and he's on flight version 1.17.0. Aircraft firmware was also updated at 1.00.1000. And then the RC firmware was also updated at 6.00.0100. So we are 100% current, up to date, ready to go. Actually, going back to the home point, there is one change on the screen that everybody's noticed, and that's the upper left-hand corner. Instead of the arrow to go back to home, it's now got a little house. So for those of us that can't read, that's a good thing. All right, so the first thing I want to do is obviously I want to get the drone started up and get him up to 22 feet. Oh, geez. I hate when it does this. Don't show again, but every time we have an update, it does that. All right, let me try it again. Pull the sticks together. I'm gonna get him up in the air 22 feet, and we'll get his home point set, and we'll see if his accuracy is gonna be as good or better than it normally is. Uh-oh, I got a semi pulling it beside me now. I think I might be in his way. Is he getting out of his truck? Sure looks like it. Uh-oh, I might be in trouble here. Anyway, let me just raise up a little bit more, and we'll get a little bit of this taken care of just in case I do get in trouble and he tells me that I gotta leave. So I'm gonna raise up, say 150 feet, because I'm telling you what, this rock quarry, it could be a little bit deceptive as far as the height and everything goes. I mean, I know that there's no trees or anything that's gonna be getting me, but something could pop up, and I'm not used to flying in areas like this. All right, so I'm flying straight out forward. Let me go to the radar so we can see if he's got any type of wind problem. But look at this, guys. This is awesome. We're already 500 feet out, and we're not even close to the end of this. I don't think we're going to even come close to the end. But yeah, he's not coming over to me. He's going over to talk to the guy in the red truck. Maybe they aren't visitors or spectators. Maybe they actually work for a living. All right, so we are 1,100 feet out. Take a look at this view. This is crazy. I'm flying straight towards these trees, and I'm hoping, well, I didn't realize that I could get so far across. I thought it was further across than that. All right, so we are officially at our 1,500 foot mark. We did not lose any signal. Signal was perfect. We've only used about 6% battery since we started this. We got 25 satellites. Everything looks great. So let me get turned around here so we can face the truck, and we'll do a return to home test. Oh man, I forgot to, of course I did. I forgot to hit record. All right, so we are, where's the truck at? There we are. There's our home point. Look at the background with those hills. That's cool. All right, so let me hit the return to home button, and we'll see what he does on his trip to home, and we'll see if he can be as accurate as he normally is. Because I'm telling you what, the last several months, he's been as accurate as can be. We went through a spell there where he was off quite a bit, but man, lately he's been perfect. Now there is a wire right in front of the truck, so I'm hoping that he doesn't lower his height before he gets past that wire to land on the truck. So we'll see if he I don't know if he can see that or not. I think he's going to be up high enough to where he doesn't have any problems with that though. But let me get my GoPro out because he's getting close to the home point here, and whenever he gets above us, I'm gonna change the view to where the GoPro's on him, and we can watch him land. So he's right there, right above us right now. He's gonna pull his camera down in just a second once he gets himself oriented, and we're gonna see exactly how close he is by looking at that crosshair in the middle. It doesn't look like he's very close. It looks like he's a little bit off. I think he's gonna adjust it though, and I think he's gonna be fine, but it looks like he's adjusting it backwards. Let me keep my hand or finger on this cancel button. But he's adjusting it. Looks like he's gonna hone himself in there. So let's go to the GoPro here and we'll watch him land. And it looks like he's gonna be perfectly in the middle of that pad. That's awesome. Good job, Dwight. I can never say enough how cool these drones are with these precision landings. You guys see the geese in the background? There they are. Does it get any better than that? Heck yeah. All right, let's get Dwight started back up again. And we're gonna go out there in the middle of everything. And we're gonna find something to do a quick shot on. I'm gonna have to stop the recording probably to do it, but all right, so I went up 36 feet. I probably went up too far, but it doesn't matter because we're not gonna do another precision landing, what you call it, another precision landing. I can't think of the word. All right, let's go here to the left. Whoa. Let me go to cine mode because I'm a horrible pilot. And cine mode is gonna help me look like I know what I'm doing. So let's fly straight forward over to this thing here. Over to this hopper or this conveyor belt area. It's a silo, I guess. And we'll see if we can do a Dronie. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can manually orbit because I'm not very good at that. So let me see if I've gotten any better over the past several simulation attempts. Because in that simulator is pretty cool because you can try these types of different maneuvers and maybe get a little bit better. All right, so I'm going over to the right, and I'm gonna on the right stick. I'm gonna swing left on the left stick. And I'm gonna see if I can keep that silo in the middle. Is that a silo? Christy would know. Even though she's not a rock quarry person, she's a farmer. But it looks the same to me as a silo. I don't think that's too bad, guys. I think that's pretty good. Being in cine mode makes a big difference. All right, cool. Enough of that. Let me do this. Let me go over here to. You know what I need to do? I need to check that rocket and see if they fixed that camera flip up, because with me, I didn't have any luck, or I've had a lot of luck with it screwing up, but Nobby, his was fixed. Well, Sean the drone's wasn't. So let's get back here to the truck. We'll do a quick rocket and we'll see if it's been fixed or not. Okay guys, look what I'm standing in front of. I'm gonna go over here and stop the recording and then hit that banner. And we're gonna do a quick rocket. If I can remember where quick shots is. There, I'm on quick shots and I'm gonna go to rocket. A lot of steps that we have to follow here, huh? There, now we're done. I'm gonna hit plus on myself. I'm gonna hit plus on myself. And altitude of 80 feet. So let me just hit start and we'll see if whenever he comes back, his gimbal doesn't shoot straight up in the air. Are we gonna get lucky? Probably not. I think it's gonna be screwed up again. I think we're in Sean the drone's world. Okay, he's almost all the way up. If we see that gimbal tilt axis reached movement limit, I'm pretty sure that that's the telltale that the gimbal is going to shoot itself straight up into the air, and it hasn't been fixed. So now he's returning back to us, and I've got an audience watching with those truckers over there, so that's pretty cool. They haven't said anything, but they're being nice, and sure enough, the gimbal pointed straight up in the air. So let me let him sit there and rest for a second. I'm going to pull the gimbal back down. And very, very, very disappointed that that didn't fix it. All right, guys, well, let's fly back out over this quarry here. I'm going to raise up a little bit more. And I'm going to find an object. And I'm going to do a Dronie. So let me just kind of swing over this way. Right here is going to be our location. So let me go back over here to this and hit Dronie. We want to go a distance of, how far do we want to go this time? Move that ticker out of the way. There, move that thing out of the way. Let's go 320 feet and see how good this Dronie is going to be. Let me just hit start. And she's counting down. And there she goes. Or, well, there goes Dwight. Looks pretty cool. There's a lot of things at this quarry that I haven't gotten videos of yet, and I don't really know why I'm taking a video of a pile of small rocks when there's all of that cool stuff in the background that we can get. But that's not bad at all. How far out is he? Yep, looks good to me. 100%. He's going back to his location, and I think the Dronie's working fine. All right, let me get Dwight home and we'll put Rose up. Perfect again. All right, it's Rose's turn in the spotlight now. Let me get Rose, whoops, sorry Rose, I think I about broke her leg. Let me get Rose on the back of the truck so she can get her satellites and get connected. Oh, she's already connected to the control. Let me hit go fly. It says account not logged in. Why is that? I could have sworn that if you were logged in to one on your account, you're logged into all of them. All right, we're logged in now. So I think we're all set. Let me hit go fly. Yep, we're all connected here. We don't have our home point set yet. So let me get her on the back of the truck so she can get that last satellite so she can get connected and get her home point updated. It's really blurry. Hey, home point's been updated. Takeoff permitted. All right, Rose, don't let Dwight show you up. Okay, let me close this door here. I hear an airplane. Where's the airplane? There's an airplane overhead. He's not low, but I'm gonna let him get out of the way before I get Rose lifted off. Okie dokie, let's get Rose started and we'll get her hovering.
Takeoff. Home point updated.
And we'll see how she looks in the camera there. I think she looks pretty good as long as she's in the camera, but she looks steady. Let me raise her gimbal up. It looks a little bit low. Okay, let me move her to the left and to the right. Make sure that she's following my instructions. You know, I haven't done this lately with her, so I don't know why. I forgot to do that. Probably for the last month or so I've not done that. But I think she looks good. Let me get her up in the air and we'll get her out for her little test flight here. Let me hit the banner, video, and we're gonna record this flight because I think there's some pretty cool stuff out there in that core to look at that we didn't really get to see yet with Dwight. Okay, so we're gonna go up to 150 feet like we did with Dwight, and this is gonna be just a simple distance thing to make sure that our signal is good, just like we did with Dwight. Let me pull the gimbal down because I got too much sky. It looks to me like she's pulling to the left, so she probably needs another one of those stupid calibrations. I'm tired of doing calibrations, and I'm sure it's got to do with how I store these drones, but people are always saying that the sticks are off because there might be some pressure inside the bag. But I've had to take the sticks off now for this bag, so that's not an excuse anymore. Looks like she's straightened out though, and she's about 700, almost 800 feet out, or she's over 800 feet out, and we haven't lost a single bar. Let's swing over here to the right and take a look at what they're doing over here, because we were over here to the left with Dwight. So let's swing over to the right. We still haven't lost a signal or lost any type of bar. 1,300 feet out, looks perfect. Man, I'm telling you what, they really have done something with these drones to where I'm not even losing half a bar sitting in my truck, and we're over 1,500 feet out, so I need to stop right there. I guess I got her distance set a little bit further than Dwight. So let's do this. Let's hit return to home, and we'll see where she's gonna land. I know that her return to home height is set below 175, so she's going to stick it out at this height, and she's going to come back sideways. Oh man, I'm telling you, I just can't seem to, well, it's not quite sideways, but almost. But let me straighten her out. One thing that is cool about the Mini 2s that you can still do is you can still control her yaw whenever she's on her way back home. So I really wish that the Mini 4 Pro had that option, but I mean, I'll take the good things that the Mini 4 Pro offers. You know, that if we have to do away with the yaw, I think with the green line that we get and with the precision landing, I think that I'll deal with that. All right, let me get out of here with the GoPro and see if we can get her in the visual once we pull the, I'm gonna pull the gimbal down and see if she still does the gimbal shake, which I'm sure she does. But once she gets over top of us, we'll pull the gimbal or pull the GoPro up and we'll watch her not land on the H, because she's gonna probably be off like she normally is. And the gimbal did do the shake. Let me pull the gimbal back down. It looks like her landing spot is not going to be too bad. I think it's going to be pretty good, actually. She's not going to be directly on the pad, but she's going to be on the truck as long as she decides to land. Oh, maybe not. She's starting to drift a little bit to the other side. So let me get the GoPro up on her. And I've got my thumb on the cancel button. So whenever we see that she's not going to land on the truck, I'll be able to cancel it. She's facing me. Hi, Rose. Yeah, she's not even close to the bed of the truck yet. So I'm just gonna let her get a little bit lower, and she's probably gonna say no, I'm not gonna land, but I'm gonna cancel it, and we'll pull the gimbal up so she can see it. Whoa, why is? Oh, there we go. Yeah, why is the gimbal straight up like that? That's weird. Why was your gimbal so screwed up, Rose? That didn't look right. Come over here. Don't land yet, but come over here. Here, look at me now. Turn the other way. All right, now you can land. There, we got you on the pad, didn't we? She was off quite a bit on that landing. All right, I'm gonna get her back up in the air because I wanna do one last thing. I wanna get back to doing that, what is it, the world's best Dronie that we used to do. Remember that? We used to get her up in the air about, I don't know, 15 or 20 feet. Look straight down at the camera, or look straight down at the truck. And then we would do a Dronie from right here, which always is a cool shot. So let me get spun back around here. I think, yeah, I'm in cine mode. Let me go back to normal mode. But I was in cine mode when I started the drone, so I don't think I was in cine mode, literally. I think I was figuratively in cine mode. Let me go to cine mode now. All right, let me pull up a little bit closer to the, somebody else just pulled up here in front of the truck as well. But anyway, I'm gonna get the whole truck in the picture here. And I'm probably gonna have to, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to stop the recording. But I'm gonna just try the Dronie and see how cool this looks, because I wish I was facing the other way and we could get the quarry in the background. How cool would that be? Obstacle sensing unavailable. Well, we know that. So let me go a distance of 200 feet. And I'm gonna hit start. And we're gonna see how she does. She never disappoints with this maneuver, but I'm just pointed the wrong way. All right, so there she goes. She is off on her journey, and she's gonna do a reveal of the trees. I think that's what she's gonna do, because I'm pretty sure that's what's back there. Yep, just a bunch of trees and the road. But hopefully at least she gets the skyline, which I'm okay with trees and the road and the skyline. I think, well, there's some mountains back there too. Cool, that's not too bad. It was nice and smooth and it looked good. Whoa, look out. Good job, Rose. I'm proud of you. All right, guys, well, I can't say that I'm disappointed in either drone. I think everything worked perfectly, at least for us. Again, as I always say, I can't say it's gonna work for you, but it worked for Rose and it worked for Dwight. These updates, perfectly fine. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. God bless. It never fails. As soon as I'm finished, the noise leaves. Now, you didn't think I was going to leave you in suspense and not show you a little bit of the 1.17.1 Fly app that just came out this morning before anyway, DJI did it again. They screwed me up. So I'm going to give you, I guess, a sneak preview of another spot that we're at today. And let me tell you, it's been windy. All right, guys, so the only thing I want to test on the DJI, did you know you can't turn your controller off after you turn it on until it goes through its little cycle? Okay, guys, the only thing that I really want to test on this new update is the rocket. I just want to see if that thing's been fixed, because everything else I'm sure is the same, because the service notes, whatever they call that, they don't really mention anything that's available for us in the US. They just mention things for the Mavic 4 Pro. One test shouldn't take too awful long, right? Oh yeah, we're the Roberts. All right, we got Dwight all set up here. We got the screen recording going. Dwight, you've had a lot of work lately, you know that? All right, I'm gonna go over here and get Dwight set in the rocks, and we're gonna get him raised up, and we're gonna do just one test, and that's it. And then we're gonna call this video a wrap. I'm doing this test so fast, I don't even have the landing pad out here. Are you okay with that, Dwight? All right, I'm gonna get Dwight started off here. I'm gonna pull the sticks together, and just raise them up. I'm gonna look at Dwight right in the eye. I'm looking Dwight right in the eye, and I'm saying, your rocket better be fixed. Guys, check out how his gimbal moves around. That is cool. That's a really cool view. Don't get too close. He's dancing now. All right, let me go over here to the banner real quick before we get too out of control. I'll scroll down to quick shots and then go to rocket there, because this is the one that always gives us problems, remember? Let me go down just a little bit. I think I need to back up a hair. I'm gonna hit plus on myself. Let me move this ticker out of the way. Let me hit plus on myself again. And we're gonna go up 80 feet and we're gonna hit start and see what happens. I guarantee I know what's gonna happen. I think that Sean the drone's probably gonna have the same problem. All right, so far so good. It's always okay going up, but if we see that message, gimbal tilt axis reached movement limit, yeah, that's not good. I don't think it's been fixed. So the 1.17.1 Fly app doesn't seem like it's gonna really offer us anything with our Mini 4 Pros anyway. So he's coming back down, and I think I see his gimbal shooting right up. Yep, shooting straight up to the sky right now. So look at this, guys, in the GoPro. As he's coming down here, Look at his gimbal. Yep, not fixed. Hi, Dwight. All right, let me pull this gimbal back down. And we will raise him up just a hair. Whoops. Let me get back into the picture here. But there we go, guys, the 1.17.1. It could be a good update. I don't know. I haven't tested the whole thing out. But as far as the rocket's concerned, it's still a bust. Okay, so now I'm going to say, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Have a great week, and God bless. And then maybe we'll have a full update of the 1.17.1 at a later time. We ain't got time for that right now. We got to move tomorrow. All right, Dwight, landed my hand, buddy. Landed my hand. Are you going to land? Yep, this is going to be dangerous.